Hey, good morning, everybody. I am Whitney White. I am the Marketing and Education Manager at Qolsys. Jeremy is out of town. He's on a plane headed to Florida right now, and he sends his best wishes. So sorry he couldn't be here with us. If you could, go on over, before we really dive into everything, go on over to your webinar control panel and locate your questions box. And any time that we're going throughout any of the content today, if you have any questions or you just have a comment, just put it right in there in that questions field, and then we'll be able to answer it, address it in the webinar if we need to. And we are happy to hear from you. Jeremy says he is headed to the Sedona Office Users Conference, and he's sad he couldn't be here, but he'll be speaking on a panel about DIY, so that's kind of exciting. So go into the questions field right now and let me know that you can hear me. I know last week we had a couple issues getting my audio. So let me know. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, I'm glad you guys can hear me. Okay, so we're going to start off today's webinar with a poll. We want to know if this is your first Qolsys webinar. Yeah, let us know there. Let's see where we're at. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so we're at roughly just under 70% that people come to as many Qolsys webinars as they can. I'm glad to hear it. And 18% said that this is your first Qolsys webinar, so welcome. We're happy to have you. We're excited to have you here. We are going to do another poll. We want to know, are you currently installing the IQ panel or the DSC Touch panel? I kind of want to get a feel for where you guys are at and how much more knowledge you might need, so when we're scheduling out future webinars, we can best fit your needs. So if you guys have any ideas for additional webinars or anything like that, by all means, shoot me an email, let me know. Happy to hear it. We are also in the process of making more Ask Jenny videos, so we're really excited about that. So if you have any other topics that you'd like to see, please shoot me an email and we can get those in the works. Okay, perfect. It looks like 76% of you are currently installing the IQ panel. Perfect. And 24% said you are not. No worries. We're happy to educate you a little bit more on all the wonderful things that the IQ panel has to offer today. Okay, so today we are going to talk about Z-Wave devices and the IQ panel. And is it Mark? Yes, I think Jenny is pregnant, so this will be exciting when she does those videos for us. You are correct. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Z-Wave devices and the IQ panel. Z-Wave is a really neat technology. It's still fairly new to the market and fairly unknown, but I love Z-Wave. I've got devices in my house. How many do I have? I probably have, let's see, 4 or 5, I think, off the top of my head in my house, and they add a lot to your network strength and to automation. I really like it so far. So first, we're going to tell you a little bit about who we are. We are Qolsys, and that's short for Quality of Life Systems. So QOL is Quality of Life, and SYS stands for Systems. And it's pronounced just like quality, the first part of quality, so it's Qolsys. And we are dedicated to improving the quality of life through innovation and technology. So whether it's for our employees or for you guys as dealers or users, we want to make sure that you're feeling that through devices that we offer and the panel that we offer and things like that. So we hope you can feel that. Tracy, yes, I am sharing the screen. Can you guys see it? Let me double check. This thing is acting all wacky. Oh, no, I am not showing anything. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, can you see my screen now? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tracy. I'm glad you said something. Perfect. Okay, great. So that's us. We believe in the quality of life and improving quality of life through innovation and technology. We're really excited about the devices that we offer and creating new things for you guys. So first, we're going to talk about the Internet of Things, and it's a principle that more devices will become connected and begin talking to the Internet, reporting statuses, and even providing access and control. The Internet of Things is an absolute explosion of possibilities for us. By this year, we're expecting 22.9 billion connected devices. That's a massive amount of opportunity for us. True connectivity will also mean that these devices can be connected to each other, enabling you to perform multiple tasks with a single option. You can see by this chart it's growing rapidly and shows no signs of slowing down. We actually got this information from the Connectivist.com and the Z-Wave Alliance. So it's fantastic. We're really excited about the possibilities. Every home will be a smart home one day. And the question you should ask yourself is, where will these homes get their technology, from me or from someone else? So it's a really important question. So now let's talk about the Internet of Home. Similar to Internet of Things, it's focused around the home, so everything is connected in the home and gives you access. The Internet of Home is made up of 3 different elements: the IQ panel, which is the all-in-one panel, Alarm.com interactive services, and an ever-expanding ecosystem of devices, of which Z-Wave makes it all possible. And we'll discuss each of these items in detail today. Ray, you can see me now? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, good. Guys, don't forget that if you have any questions or comments, just go right into that questions field and let me know. I'll kind of be glancing at it throughout the webinar today, and hopefully we can get to all your different questions. Okay, perfect. So the IQ panel is an all-in-one security and smart home panel. We say all-in-one because it includes Z-Wave built right into the panel. You don't have to worry about snapping in another module or getting an additional cell card or doing anything like that. You literally can pull the IQ panel straight out of the box, and Z-Wave is already included in every single IQ panel we send out. And it serves as the home's brain and as the local interface inside the home. We're constantly being asked, what's the difference between you and your competitors? And the big thing for me personally is software updates. You can see the full list here. It's got a touch screen and an integrated panel camera. That panel camera is really neat because it can actually take photos of who's disarming the panel. We have one here in the office, and it's kind of awkward because I'm the first one in the office, so I disarm it every morning. And so when you go in, it's all random pictures of my face, and I don't love looking at it. But that's a really neat feature. So if you've got multiple codes, you can see if your son gave out his code to his new girlfriend or something like that. And it's important for the security of your house. So there's also dual path communication that allows it to simultaneously use cellular and Wi-Fi to communicate signals, including Z-Wave. So if I send a command from my smartphone, I have dual path connected, and you'll be shocked at how quickly the command is received on the panel and executed by the panel. It's really lightning fast. I'm really impressed with Z-Wave. But again, for me, it's all about those automatic updates. The fact that I can update my software on a regular basis to add new features, functionality, and to support even more Z-Wave devices as they come out, it's really, really big for me. In fact, I believe Z-Wave indicated that they have 100 new devices, up to 100 new devices coming out this year alone. That's huge. The odds are I'm going to love one of them. I'm going to be excited about one of them. And then the panel is going to have an automatic update so I can use it. It's fantastic. Perfect. Let's see if there's any questions. Patrick, let's see. I understand the panel supports Bluetooth. Can you provide some detail on its use of the IQ panel? It does support Bluetooth. I don't believe that we're utilizing to its full extent just yet, but we do have it in there so that for future use and things like that. So as the market more develops to integrate more with Bluetooth, we can use it, and we already have it there on the panel. So I'm thinking that's where it is. Patrick, if you have any other questions, let me know. I can always check with our tech team if you want more definitive answers, but that's where I understand we're going with Bluetooth right now at the moment. Perfect. So the entire interface with Qolsys and the IQ panel was crafted to more closely resemble the experience a user has with other devices. So it should look and feel the same across the board. Think about how you use your phone. And when you look at an app, you look for color and relative position on your screen. And we've done the same with our design here. So the arm stay button is that yellow gold color. The arm away button will always be on the right, and it's red. So we've really tried hard to make sure that it feels the same as Alarm.com and all those different things. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the built-in wireless radios, and just so you're aware, the Z-Wave radio currently does up to 69 devices on the IQ panel today in a variety of different categories. As you can see, we also have Wi-Fi and cellular radios and security RF, which can connect up to 59 different devices, and the image sensor radio, which can connect up to 5 devices today with the IQ panel. So for home control with Z-Wave devices, the IQ panel supports dual-stage thermostats, up to 5 of them, and you can adjust your thermostat from the panel, from the thermostat itself, or even from the app, and it'll all take effect really quickly. And what's the point of it, right? Having a really smart thermostat's neat, but what can you do with it? You can create custom schedules based on how much energy you want to save, adjust the temperature from the couch by using your app or watch. So in fact, the other morning, it's really cold in Utah. We had, at my house, I think we had 3 to 4 inches of snow just Saturday night. And so it got really cold. And I woke up at like, I think it was like 2:28 in the morning, and I was freezing. So I took my phone, because I didn't want to get out of bed because I was so cold. So I took my phone and I got on the alarm.com app and I turned up my thermostat. And then sure enough, as soon as I sent it, probably within a few seconds, I heard the heater kick on, and so it got hot really fast. My husband was complaining the next morning, but I was warm, and that's important. You can also create a geofence, and that the system will adjust automatically when your phone leaves the house. I am actually going to create a geofence for my house today after the webinar using alarm.com, so I'm kind of excited to see how that feature works in action. The system resumes your previous schedule, so you can actually, this is how we're doing it right now. We have a schedule. So at, I think, between the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m., I think our thermostat goes down to 66, if I remember right. And then during the day, or when we wake up in the morning, it pops up to 70, and then it goes back down while we're away at work. And then on the weekends, it's at a set temperature, I think, of 70, maybe 71. But that's how we do it currently, but I'm going to try the geofence out. You can also adjust temperatures automatically when you arm in stay or away mode. So instead of having that schedule, it would just automatic. So if you know, on a Saturday, you might be out running errands. You might have to go to, Costco or something. So when you arm your system, it'll actually adjust your thermostat. I haven't used that yet. I should try that. And then you can also adjust your temperature when you leave a door or window open, should you have a device on that window. So the thermostats can be really intuitive and really smart. So that's really neat. Let's see if we have any questions. One second. When scheduled Z-Wave event takes place, there's a reported status change for the associated Z-Wave devices from David. I'm not sure I understand what you mean there. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. So are you saying if the thermostat is supposed to be at 70, but there's a door open associated and it turns down, will you get a report? Is that what you're asking? Let's see, we have another question. You can use any Z-Wave thermostat, I presume. Andrew, yes, I think you can. We have a list of devices on our website, Qolsys.com. Click on the Devices tab, and you will see a list of all of our current Qolsys devices. And then at the top, there's a header that runs across the top in green, I believe it is. And you can go to other supported devices, and it'll give a whole list. And we keep that updated. So as Z-Wave releases new things, new devices, we'll update that to show what the IQ panel is compatible with. So that's really neat. So Andrew, if you have any specific questions beyond that, let me know. Tracy, will you lose programming when changing the batteries, and will you have to rehook it up? I don't think so. Let me check with one of our tech guys and just see if they know off the bat. One second here. Okay, I will keep you posted. Sorry about that. I'm not sure. I haven't had to change the batteries out on my particular one. David says yes, you will lose programming, so you will have to rehook it up and do all that. So thank you, David. And then, does the device need to be installed by the AC guy? Barry, that's a fantastic question. I was really nervous about installing our thermostat because I am not tech savvy at all, and my husband thinks he is, but YouTube is his best friend, so sometimes things don't always pan out the way that we want them to. But he just opened the packaging and he looked at the instructions, and he had it in the wall probably, I think it was like within 10 minutes, I want to say. And then I had it programmed to the panel within like another 2 minutes. It was really simple. I was really impressed by how simple it was. So you do not need an AC guy to do it. We pulled out our old unit, and then we just put the new faceplate on, or the new thermostat on, and it worked flawlessly. Mike, you would love an outside siren. Yes, we are always working on developing new products. That is on the list. We will talk about a device later on, and I'll tell you how I use it. It's not straight outside, but it helps for my husband's peace of mind. But we'll talk about that later. Let's see. I have a question. We often need Z-Wave repeaters. Which is the way to go with the IQ panel? We'll dive into this a little bit more later on, but the great thing about our Z-Wave devices is they are repeaters. So it's better to actually use, an IQ thermostat or an IQ dimmer or an IQ outlet, and use that as your repeater, because you're also offering a product that does a little bit more. It's a little more well-rounded, and it strengthens your mesh network. So that's the way that I would recommend doing it. Guys, if you have any other recommendations, you guys are the ones out there talking to the consumers, so if you have any input to that, that's a great question. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So we are going to move on. Again, if you have any other questions, just pop them in there, and we'll get to them as we can. Home control. Smart sockets are the Z-Wave light and appliance modules that report real-time energy usages on their screen as well as on the panel. I really like this device because you can see it. You don't have to pull anything else up. It's just right there on the device itself. We actually use the smart socket. We have 2 Christmas trees, one for upstairs and one for the basement. And we had one on a smart socket and the other one on an IQ outlet. The smart socket was kind of enlightening because it would tell us how much energy we're using. And I love having my Christmas tree on all day. So that was enlightening for me. I really like the smart socket. We also have used it in my daughter's room for her space heater because it gets really cold in her room for some reason. We haven't figured out why. But we've got a space heater in there, and you can actually turn it on or off from the panel and or from your app. You don't have to go into the room to do it. So it's really kind of a handy device. And unlike competitor appliance modules, both outlets are controllable. So it's got one on the right and one on the left, and you can control them separately. When we had this in my daughter's room, we had the space heater set up to one side, and we had a lamp set up to the other side. And when we went out of town, we had the lamp being turned on for certain hours, so it appeared like we were home. And so that was really nice to have, so I could go onto my app when I was in California and see if the light was on. The smart socket is up to 15 amps or 800 watts, and you can pair up to 18 smart sockets. That's 36 outlets. That is a lot of devices that you can control, which is really nice. So what can you do with it? You can use space heater or a lamp like we used with ours. You can do a fan, decorative lighting, or really almost any appliance you want if you want to put it in your kitchen. You can control them remotely. You can control them on a schedule. When we had our Christmas tree hooked up, we had it so it would turn up at 5 a.m. So when I got up at 5:30, it was already on, of course, because I wanted to see it, and then it would turn off at 11 o'clock. So that's how we did it with our Christmas light or our Christmas tree. You can measure energy usage in real time, so you can actually go over and see, is it really worth having my Christmas tree on that much time in the day? You can also create a rule to turn these off automatically when you leave the house or arm the system. So when you arm away or arm stay, it'll turn off those devices. So we do that for when we have the smart socket hooked up to the space heater, so we can prevent fires, things like that. And you can measure your energy over time with Alarm.com's energy monitoring. That's really neat to be able to see. And you can change your behavior to save money or energy. So maybe leaving the heater on so high isn't so economical, or maybe leaving the TV and Xbox on all the time isn't so energy conscious. Makes you more aware, so that's really nice to have. We like devices that make us more aware and help us change our habits. Let's see. Non-dimming. The smart socket is not dimmable. So we have other devices that are dimmable that you can control. So we'll get into those a little bit later, but you cannot dim smart socket, unfortunately, right now. Great question, Mark. Okay. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about door locks. And Z-Wave door locks show the battery percentage on the IQ panel, which is really nice to be able to see. You don't have to worry about the lock kind of failing before you know, ooh, guess the batteries are out, you know. You can pair up to 6 locks, and we connect with Yale Quickset and Schlage locks. We just installed a Yale lock on our garage door, and I'm actually really excited about it because I cannot tell you how many times I would mow the lawn and then try to get into the garage, and that door was locked, and I'd have to walk around. I guess maybe I'm lazy, but I did not love that. So now that we have that lock with the code, it's really handy. And we have it preset where it will relock after 30 seconds. So if I forget to lock it, it'll lock itself. So that's really nice. I'm excited to use that this summer. But that's how we use our locks. Let's see, we're going to get one for the front door. We just don't have one quite yet. Okay. Home control. You can control up to 30 lights with the IQ panel. And the dimmer slider is right. You can see it right there on the IQ panel on the screen. And so you can control it remotely. You don't have to be in the room to turn it higher or turn it lower. Let's see. Are any of these, Carlos asked, are any of these exterior rated? I'm assuming you're talking about the door locks specifically. I believe the door locks are water resistant and storm, like weather resistant, but I don't think they are designed to be like submerged in a bathtub or anything like that. I can chat with one of our tech guys and find out for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Loves the door lock and unlock notification. Fantastic. Smart locks, are they, okay, so that's what you're talking about, Carlos. You want to know if they are exterior rated. I don't think that they are. I do think that they are water resistant, but I don't know if they're designed to really stand weather as well as a door lock might. Let me see. Let me ask one of our tech guys. No, it is not outdoor rated, he says. So perfect. Thank you, Kevin. Let's see. Perfect. Okay, so home control. We can control up to 30 lights, dimmer shown on the slider screen. I have, ooh, you know what? I don't have a dimmer. I thought I did. I want one, but I don't have one yet. So I haven't had a chance to actually interact with this device. I've heard great things. We do have one in the office, I believe, and I've played with it a little bit. But controlling lights are really cool. My brother has lighting control, and he has his set on a snack light setting, so it's not turned on. His idea is if the light isn't up all the way, he won't completely wake up while he's getting his snack. So he has it turned on to one of the lower levels between certain hours of the night so that he doesn't wake up. That's his theory. That's how he uses his lights, and he loves it. So that is lights. Scott says he used the dimmer on the Christmas tree and was able to dim the tree lights. That's kind of a cool idea. I'll have to try that next year. That's a fantastic idea. Thanks, Scott. Next, we are going to talk about software updates. So to ensure your panel stays fresh and new, you do want to do these software updates. And they come over Wi-Fi automatically or manually via alarm.com AirFix. And I really like that about alarm.com. You can also update the IQ panel manually via SD card using a downloadable software patches found on the dealer portal. So there's a few different ways to do these software updates, but we do try to release them a few times a year so that we are always up to date on devices we're compatible with and making sure we're making improvements as needed. So if you guys have any ideas, any comments, any feedback at all, please let us know. We are happy to try to always improve. And these software updates are a really great way to get those pushed out to you quickly. So you can use rules to automate all of your devices with Z-Wave. It's fantastic. So for example, you lock your door and your panel will automatically arm itself. The lights go off and your thermostat will turn down. Creating that automation is really some of the more exciting things for your customers. You can say lock, or you can say look and see what happens when you arm your system. And then they watch or listen as their doors automatically lock or their thermostat automatically turns off and the lights turn off. And they'll watch these things happen, and all they had to do was touch one button on the panel or from their phone. It's very exciting, and that's what it takes, having a smart home from just having a security system to really being a smart home. And getting them to see it in action I think is really what gets people excited about it. So geofences, you can assign geofences to places like home or work. So when your phone leaves or enters a geofence, you can automate alerts or actions. For example, when you leave your home, your system knows that you've gone, and you can turn down your thermostat automatically or remind yourself to lock the door or close the garage, arm your security system. When you leave work, your thermostat can turn back up, so by the time you get home, your house is in the temperature you want it to be. So that's the feature I am after. So when I set up my geofences, I'm going to do it. So I think it's when I'm within a certain distance, I'm going to try to have the thermostat turn up. So I think I have it on schedule that way, but I want to really go with the geofences. That way we're being a little bit more efficient with the way we're using our energy. Notifications can be set up for anything and any system event, and you can choose to receive an email or text. So the garage door is left open at 3 p.m. The system got disarmed by Jenny. Medicine cabinet open. So if you want to know every little thing that happens at your house, you can get a text. I know that Jeremy has a ton of notifications set up, and his phone is chiming frequently. Doors opened or back door open or something like that. And so it's kind of fun to see his phone go a little crazy when his family's home. Notifications are really neat, though, to keep you aware of what's happening at your house even when you aren't there. Makes you feel a little bit more safe. So devices are part of the rules. You can't forget that. They're a big part of it. The ability to interact with a single device in order to trigger other devices is what we call rules. So rules are what make a smart home really smart. A door lock can tell the IQ panel, I've been unlocked with a valid user code, and the panel will check the user's alarm.com account to make sure or to see what else it needs to do, like disarming from the armed state, turning on a light, adjusting a thermostat, or more. We've got a couple rules set up where if there is motion, or if the front door opens, we have an image sensor and it takes an image and texts us it. We have another one where if the doorbell rings, it takes another image. And so we're still trying to get used to this. I've worked in the industry for almost 10 years, and I've never had a system until I came to Qolsys with the IQ panel. And while we're still dabbing our feet into it, we are really liking it. We went out of town for a few days, and we made sure everything was up and working, and we armed it. And we probably once a day, me and my husband would get on our app, and we're checking the house to make sure everything's okay. I think we checked the image sensors probably, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 times over the course of a weekend. That's how, I don't know why we did, but we just made us feel good, I guess. But rules are really neat. They allow you to see how interactive your system really can be. Possibilities are really endless with what you can do with rules. And with an ever-expanding network of connected devices, the things you can do can increases exponentially. So if you lock the front door and the panel can automatically turn off the lights, you lock your other doors and arm your system in stay mode. So it can do all of those things just by locking the front door. So if my husband's out of town and I want to go for a run and I lock the front door, it'll do all those things. When someone rings the doorbell and your IQ panel can turn on the porch light, and your alarm.com video cameras can record a video clip and send it via text message to your smartphone. I know that, what they call them, over Christmas, what they call their front porch pirates. I don't know what they call them. There's a bunch, in our area at least, a lot of people were getting their packages stolen off their front doors. And they had a video clip of a few of them. And every time they'd ring the doorbell and see if anyone was home. And if no one was home, they'd start taking the packages. But these people, because they had something like this at their house, they actually had a video clip of it, and they were able to catch the people who were doing it. So it's kind of a neat little feature, something you don't really think about too much. And then when you enter a room, the motion detector will see you and then tell the IQ panel to turn on the fireplace or dim the lights to 50%, so you get a little bit of mood right there if you want. Rules are set up inside the alarm.com account, and they can be tied to almost any device you have installed in the house. So when all of these devices start working together, your home becomes smarter and you feel a little fancier, right? Okay, let's see. Let's see questions. Looks like Kevin is on top of your questions. Fantastic. Do you have an IQ doorbell? Kim, I don't know if that's part of another question, but we do have I have an IQ doorbell, yes. That was actually the very, very first device we set up in my house next to the panel itself. And that one, I really like that one because when I am gone, I can see if I am getting people stopping by. It's really nice for like when I'm expecting packages because they'll ring the doorbell and I know that it's them and I get all excited. I love getting packages. So that's exciting for me. And then the doorbell, what I really like about it is it'll chime on the IQ2s and on the panel itself. And so if I'm not upstairs, I can still hear it. And that's kind of a nice little thing for me personally. Let's see if we have any other questions. Ooh, Andrew, that is a fantastic question. If a medical pendant is pressed, can you tell the front door to unlock so the paramedics can get in? I'm not sure if we can do that. I'm sure Kevin will hop on real fast and answer for us, but that is a really great question. We'll follow up with you there. Kevin's not sure. He's working to find out right now, so I bet he's actually in his office testing it. So Andrew, we will keep you posted on that. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to talk about IQ Lightbulb, and this is one of our brighter ideas. It's an LED light bulb, and it only uses 9 watts, but it emits the equivalent of 60. It's actually really bright, and it's good for 22,000 hours of use, and it's one of the simplest Z-Wave devices you'll ever pair. So it's perfect for a home where replacing overhead lighting makes more sense than replacing a switch or installing smart sockets, and it's affordable, and that's sure to offset the energy usage of traditional bulbs. When we first bought our house, before I started working here, we replaced all of the light bulbs upstairs and leaving the ones downstairs. We wanted daylight bulbs up top that were really, really bright. And then in the basement, now we want all smart light bulbs. So we have a little theater set downstairs, so we want the ability to dim them, and we want the ability to control it. And we think that being able to walk downstairs where it's dark and having it set off motion would be really handy. My daughter is getting old enough where she can kind of go downstairs by herself, but she's not really tall enough to reach the lights. So I think that would be really handy. So that's one of our wish list items. We want a big pack of light bulbs to put downstairs. So we're working on it. Let's see. The IQ dimmer. You can set the mood with the IQ dimmer. It plugs into any standard wall outlet. It connects using Z-Wave, and it's got 99 levels of light. It uses up to 2.5 amps of power. It's a Z-Wave repeater. So all of these devices, we had that question a little bit earlier, are Z-Wave repeaters. So while you need a Z-Wave repeater in the house to make your network more strong, more sustainable, you can actually do devices that are useful instead of just having this thing, you know what I mean? The IQ dimmer itself is perfect for lamps. It's LED lit pairing button that's there so you can see when you're pairing it, when you push it, when it's on and when it's not. So dimmer's a really cool little device, kind of handy to have. The IQ Siren. Okay, this siren is so loud. We were installing it. We probably set it off 2 or 3 times to make sure that it was installed right. And this is 105 decibels. It plugs into any standard outlet. The LED lights show when it's connected. So those 3 lights right there will turn on and start blinking. So it kind of acts as a strobe during alarm events. So that's really nice, especially if you got someone who's a little bit more hearing impaired. My dad is hearing impaired, and so he wants one of these. He's not so severe. He has one bad ear. I think when he was a kid, he did like a bomb or something, and it wasn't a bomb, but you know what I mean? And it lit off in his ear. So he calls himself hearing impaired, but he wants one of these, claiming that he needs it. And so we have an IQ Siren, and we put it in our garage. So while it's not outside the house, we wanted it somewhere if someone broke into the garage, because we've got the IQ tilt sensor on the garage door, so if someone lifts it, it'll go off. And then we've got the door lock on the side. So if someone tries to break in, we've got that garage pretty set. But we're thinking if the panel's inside the house, maybe, I don't know, maybe they can't hear it, or maybe they're not paying attention to it. So we put the siren in the garage to deter that if anyone breaks in. So that's how we use it. So, okay, next we have the smart socket. We've talked a lot about the smart socket already, but it's got dual Z-Wave outlets. It's an appliance module up to 15 amps. You can just set it with rules, automation, and it also is a Z-Wave repeater, so that's pretty cool. The IQ outlet, you can automate all of your appliances. So it plugs into any standard wall outlet. It connects using Z-Wave, of course. It has up to 15 amps of power, and LED lit pairing button, so same thing, similar to the dimmer. You can see when you're pairing it and when you're not. It's perfect for fans, space heaters, kitchen appliances, and a lot more. My husband is trying to convince me to put our outlet in my bathroom so he can turn off my hair appliances. So I'm telling him no, because I don't want to. I feel like I can turn off my own hair appliances. But that's another way that you can use it. If you're worried about your wife leaving your straightener on all day or curling iron on, you can get a handle on it. So the outlet's really versatile, so we really like it. So the emulator, that's all of our Z-Wave devices. We're going to talk a little bit about the emulator. If you guys are unfamiliar with it, get online, go to qolsys.com/emulator, and this is a really easy way to show customers what the panel looks and feels like. Or even if you want to practice and kind of get a feel for how you might install or pair, or go through all the apps, different home control statuses, this is a really great way to do it. It shows you how easy it is and how intuitive the user interface with the panel with the emulator. You can feel it and get what I don't know how to explain it. It looks exactly like the panel. If you're looking at that website on the emulator, you are looking at the face of our panel. So I'm a big fan of our emulator. Dealer portal, if you do not have access to the dealer portal, email me. I am more than happy to get you access. You can email portalaccess@qolsys.com, or you can email me directly, whitney.white@qolsys.com, and I'll get you access. There is so much information on the dealer portal. Here, I'll even show it to you. You can find different sales materials, marketing materials, install videos. There's so much. Let's see. You can even buy product up there, which is really nice. So you go to dealers. If you don't have access, you can do dealer registration. I'm going to go dealer login because I have a dealer portal up. There it is. So this is what it looks like. So under documentation, you have all of our quick guides, install manuals for all the different things that we offer. Sales and marketing materials. Here you can print things off. You can even get commercials, and you can show them to clients. You can put it on TVs, different things like that. This is a new part, pre-made emails. We are going to be adding emails monthly for different marketing campaigns. So you can give them to current customers and tell them why they need to upgrade their panels, or you can even give it to potential customers. So that's really neat. Videos about the panel, logos, partner logos, all those different things. You can get all the images for all of our products, which is really nice to have in one spot. For training, this is where you can find all the Ask Jenny videos. And when we add more, they'll be here. So if you need help trying to figure things out, this page is totally for you. For support, there's the emulator, how to get a hold of us, software downloads, because we'll always ask, do you have current software? So that is the first thing to check. FAQs, and then the marketing store. Obviously, I am a big fan of the marketing store. You can order products, and we've got a few things on there right now. We've got the new video brochure, which is really, really nice to see. It's when you open it here, when you open it, there's a screen on the inside, and it'll actually show videos. So here's the screen, and it'll show videos, and it has sales slicks on there, and it has a few Ask Jenny videos. It's really neat, and it's really easy to show your customers what their experience with IQ Panel would be like. And it's USB charged, so you can reuse it and reuse it and reuse it. It's fantastic. That is the dealer portal really quickly. So if you don't have access, email me. I want to get you access, and I will get you access today. So, okay, enough about the dealer portal. We are going to do a drawing. So we have 5 IQ light bulbs and 5 IQ sirens to give away. So we'll have 10 winners, which is a big deal. So let's see. Mark, will you pick a number between 1 and 500 for me, please? And put it in that questions field. Come on, Mark. Oh, there you are. 456. Okay, let's see. Let's see who will win. John Clifford, you have won an IQ light bulb. Congratulations. I will take your names down, and I will make sure that we get these light bulbs or these prizes sent to you. We want you to use these in your own system because we really, really believe that it's easier to sell and support a platform when you use it yourself. So, and then you can always give us feedback. So, okay, perfect. Let's see. Let's see. Carlos Perez, will you give me a number between 1 and 200, please? Come on, Carlos. 137. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Patrick Gallagher, IQ light bulb. Congratulations. If you don't want your light bulb, I will take it. I am trying to set up our downstairs. Gallagher. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Who else? David Flint, will you give me a number between, give me 2 numbers between 1 and 500. And we'll do 2 more. $59 and $63. Okay, perfect. Thank you, David. Okay, Barry Thompson, congratulations. And Blake Kozak. Congratulations, you guys. And then the last winner for a light bulb, let's see, Andrew Dugani, will you give me a number between 1 and 500? I know, Andrew. Let's see if he's still on. I'm not sure if he's still on. Yes, you are. 427. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Andrew. Let's see. Okay, Mike Streets. You were gunning for a light bulb. You got one. Congratulations. Okay, Mike, will you pick 5 numbers between 1 and 500 because you were our last winner? And these winners will be for this siren. Mike, give us a bunch of numbers. Give us 5 numbers between 1 and 500, please. Mike, I'm waiting on you. Let's see. Try to make sure I get everyone's information. Okay, perfect. Okay, I need 2 more numbers, Mike. 1, 53, 47. Okay. Carlos Perez, congratulations. You got a siren. Let's see. Cynthia Leonard. Congratulations. see. Fred Reamer, I think I'm saying that right. I feel like, I shouldn't say that. I feel like Oprah when she's giving away all of her stuff. You get a siren, you get a siren. Josh Davis, you get a siren. Okay. And number 22, Zachary Pestka. Congratulations, you guys. I'm so excited for you. Mark, you said sirens are great. Great profile, nice and loud too. Couldn't agree more. I almost went deaf hooking up mine a few times. India asks another question for us. Let me write down Zachary's name. Okay. India asks, question coming in late, is it possible to send software updates to the panel from AirFX? Yes, you can send it from AirFX, but the panel must be connected to Wi-Fi. So that answers that. Does anyone have any other questions before we end? Fantastic. You guys, I'm so happy that you guys were able to attend today. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules. Please let us know if there's any other topics you'd like to cover as we're creating our schedule. We have a lot of new and exciting things coming up early this year, so I'm excited to do more webinars. Jeremy will be back on the ground soon, and he will do some of these webinars. I'm sure you have missed his voice. So perfect. Okay, if you guys have any other questions, we'll hang on for just a few more minutes and answer those. Again, thank you so much for hanging on. There's a survey at the end of this webinar, so if you want me to be better, please let me know what you think. So thank you again. I really appreciate your time. Okay, it looks like Kevin has done a great job keeping up with those questions. So if you guys need anything else at all, feel free to email me, whitney.white@qolsys.com, and I'm happy to help you out the best that I can. Thanks again for attending. We really appreciate your time. Have a good day.